So we may not see catch-up mechanics like we thought we were going to see. And I can't believe that we missed this blue post, but let's go ahead and take a look at it and we'll go over everything. So it says here, hello time runners, as we approach the end of the second week of MoP Remix, which means we're a little bit late. We'd like to take a moment to talk about some very recent updates we've made and look forward to the next 11 plus weeks that the event will be available. So first off, we've now made several changes to address some issues we've seen, especially around the max level content such as heroic scenarios, heroic dungeons, and raids. And before I go into this a little bit more, guys, I did heroic raids yesterday and they are so stupid fun. I can't fully explain why they're so fun. I mean, you're getting a bunch of epic loot drops and they all have different stats, so there's a lot of stuff to play around with. But I can tell you that if you spend the time to upgrade your gear and get into this, you're gonna have a blast. Anyways, for this it says heroic scenario, heroic dungeon, and normal raids increase in power much more slowly between level 60 to 70. When first reaching level 70, players will continue to be challenged by max level content, but that increase in difficulty should now be noticeably lessened, which all in all is a really good thing. Heroic and mythic raids have been adjusted so there is a smoother transition between them. Before these changes, there was a stark difference in power of each raid. Now players should experience a smoother transition that feels more like a natural progression instead of a huge step. And this is really good. I mean, there is a slight challenge if your gear isn't fully maxed out and you're doing like a heroic raid. I did die a few times, but overall it's a very pleasant experience. It then goes on to talk a little bit more about the changes and the difficulties and all that stuff with the raids. But here's the part that kind of makes you feel like, no, we're dead set, you know, with our minds on this. We're not going to change anything. It says, looking forward, we want you to know that we do not plan to change the bronze cost of upgrading gear. And this is something that we've asked for, and they pretty much just said, nope. You're not gonna get that. So one, we could call their bluff. We could say, yeah, they're saying that now, but in a month when the player base has diminished, they're gonna look for anything to bring them back. So they'll lower the cost of gear or give us even more bronze, but they do talk about that in this post. Let's keep going. We've already seen many players make the decision to upgrade items so that they can comfortably take on heroic raids. And it's very comfortable, by the way. If you are topped out in your gear, you are insanely powerful. I mean, I'm talking people can run into heroic raids and they can clear it all by themselves if they don't need extra people for extra mechanics and whatnot. Now, here's the thing that they kind of add on about the heroic raids, and hopefully earn the large amounts of bronze available from them. And I can tell you guys, I did my first heroic raid yesterday and I got so much bronze from just doing like the little heroic raid tour. The cool thing is the lockout for these heroic raids are daily, not weekly. So you can run heroic raids in one day and then the next day do it again and you get a ton of bronze. Now continuing, it says the gains in power that come with increasing your item levels are exponential, not linear. And we don't want anyone to second guess their decision to becoming much more powerful. I can vouch for them on this, guys. If you upgrade your gear, you're just gonna have a lot of fun. And I've seen so many comments with people saying, why would you spend bronze on upgrading your gear? In 2.5 months, you're gonna lose all of that gear, so why would you do that? Well, I'll say this. You guys remember the corruption system in BFA? Do you remember how powerful you actually got? If you committed to the system, my rogue was hitting 400% haste with all the corruption that I had. And my buddy Anthony, who was also playing a rogue, he said something that hit me really hard. He said, we'll probably never experience this type of overpowered level ever again in World of Warcraft. And when it comes to retail, like just normal expansion, he's probably right. But that's where a remix edition of World of Warcraft can grant us that ability to feel incredibly overpowered. But in order to do so, guys, you gotta spend your bronze on the gear. I promise you, if you just take the time to put your bronze into upgrading your gear, one, you're gonna feel really good because you're gonna be one-shotting everything. It's fun, trust me. And two, once you upgrade your gear, then you can start doing heroic raids with people and you get a heck of a lot more bronze. So yeah, is it a bit of a grind to get your character going? Yes, and I wasn't really happy at the very beginning because of the way that they advertised it to start off. But now that my character is literally 2 item levels away from being completely maxed out, I am having a blast with MoP Remix. I've almost cleared out every single achievement except for the reputation grinds, and we've still got a lot of time to play. Now, continuing on this post here, it says, for players who primarily wish to gather bronze and acquire some of the cosmetic rewards available in Remix, many options have emerged. We're seeing some players level up multiple alts for the 40,000 bronze available from quests at levels 50, 60, and 70, while other players mainly focus on earning bronze with multiple level 70 characters doing queued content and repeatable daily quests and activities. Which means if you do have alts and you upgrade their gear, you can run heroic raids more than just once, given that you have the time to do so. Which basically means if you really wanted to, you should be able to get every single cosmetic that's being sold by the vendors in MoP Remix. Now, I'm not going to put out a number out here and tell you how much bronze you can get if you do all the heroic raids in a day. It's a lot, but you guys can tell me in the comments, because I'm not going to make that mistake again. I put out a number and you guys freak out and be like, no, you're so wrong, you're stupid. Now, there is one more thing I do want to show you guys that I think is really, really cool. But before that, I do want to tell you guys something really, really exciting. So I've been approached by a lot of other people for sponsorships, and I didn't feel like they were legit or something like that, but I did get an email from this company called Into the AM, and they're a clothing brand, and I was first very skeptical about it, but then I started talking to their rep, and I went on their website and saw the clothing that they are selling, and I really liked their graphic tees and everything. I said, sure, let's go ahead and see how this goes. They sent me 2 t-shirts, and I already fell in love with them. I'm very particular about the shirts that I wear. I want them to feel comfortable, and I want them to feel like they're not this cheap shirt that someone just bought and printed whatever they wanted on the front, and that's not what these guys do. But the biggest thing for me is that I didn't want to be sponsored by a company that's going to be selling $35 t-shirts when everything else is so expensive these days. Into the AM has a great website, and a lot of their clothing is on sale most of the time. You can get awesome shirts for $16 to $20 each, which is a heck of a lot cheaper than a lot of other places around. So if you guys are interested, go ahead and check out Into the AM by clicking the link down below. Make sure it has /Quaylen, because you're going to get 10% off, and also there's a little kickback that helps me over here with the content that I make. They actually gave me these 2 shirts right here, and I love both of them. I haven't worn the Cthulhu with the astronaut yet, but I'm gonna be wearing that one here pretty soon. But definitely check them out, and let's go ahead and get back to the WoW stuff. Now, I didn't know how to show you guys this, but I found this out yesterday, and I was like, oh, that's a pretty nice fix that they made to the game. And it's right here. It's the tuft of yak fur. Am I right? Now they stack, which is awesome. How many times have you been working on some kind of quest and you have to go kill mobs from here and here and here, and you used all of your speed cooldowns like heroic leap and sprint, so now you have to run, or you have to take the 1.5 seconds to mount up, which really isn't that long, but still it's kind of a nuisance. So Tuft of Yak puts you on a really, really fast mount, and it's instantaneous. So the cool thing is that they used to not stack. You could only hold one that would give you 3 charges, but now they stack, so you can hold a whole bunch of them. So whenever you're killing something and then you need to move over to the next enemy to go ahead and take care of that situation, you can just hit a Tuft of Yak and it'll go over there really, really fast. The cool thing is there's no cooldown. So whenever you're done killing that guy, you can just hit it again and keep on moving. So if you didn't know about that, definitely use them because they're awesome. So we've come to the point where I usually ask a question and get you guys' feedback if you guys haven't already started commenting already. But what do you guys think? Is MoP Remix dead? Are people still playing it? Because I'm telling you guys, I'm having a blast with it. And if you guys aren't having fun with it, trust me on this one, start upgrading your gear. Because the moment that you get into heroic raids and you start seeing the amount of bronze that comes in, there's a sense of reward, and it's unlike anything you've ever experienced in MoP Remix. But anyways, guys, apart from the comments down below, if you guys want to talk on a normal everyday basis, then go ahead and check out my Discord link in the description down below. I'm also really big into working out, guys, and I like to stream all my workouts on Twitch, and we have a small little community over there. So if you guys want to come join that, then go ahead and check out my Twitch channel in the link down below. Apart from that, that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you guys are having a lot of fun in MoP Remix, and I will see you guys next time in Azeroth. Take care.